Hi everyone, welcome back to the Catholic Family Podcast. My name is Holly and I am coming to you from Canada. So I am a parishioner at Our Lady of Victory in London, Ontario, Canada. And I was actually on the podcast a couple weeks ago, so you may remember my face. I did an episode with Kevin Davis and my mother, and we were discussing current things going on here in Canada. But I'm super excited to bring you this fun episode. After the podcast, I was talking to Kevin and we were talking about different traditions that go on around the liturgical year at different parishes. So I wanted to share with you guys a tradition that we've been doing here at Our Lady of Victory. This is our second year doing it. It actually came to our church. We recently got a large number of parishioners from the Polish community. So this tradition is the Polish Easter basket. So on Holy Saturday, we do up these baskets and we bring them to the church and Father blesses them. And then on Easter Sunday, after midnight mass, you go home, maybe go to bed, maybe not. But you could take everything from the Easter basket and you can cook it up and make yourself a nice Easter breakfast. So each thing in the basket though has a particular meaning and why it's in there. So I'm going to go through all that when I'm putting my basket together. And I just thought this would be a fun episode to share a tradition from a different parish. So without further ado, we are going to head to the European food store and we are going to get some stuff for our basket. So we are going to go into Alicia's. So Alicia's is the European food distributor?
Yeah.
Distribution? They have a lot of very...
Oh, it's Polish.
No, it's not. It's European. I looked it up online.
Oh, okay.
It's European. It's not just Polish.
But I consider it the Polish store.
I brought my mom along, and the kids, and we're going to go inside here and we're going to get all the fun stuff for the Easter baskets. We're going to bring it back and then I'm going to show everybody what everything means, because every little thing that you put in these Easter baskets has a very specific special reason as to why it's there. So we're going to go in and we're going to look at some fine meats.
Yum, meat.
It's lead, can you tell?
Here. We need this for
Oh yeah, those licking things we got last
Those
year.
are the Easter lambs.
the Easter lambs for our basket.
They're different this year.
Uh-huh.
Let's go over to the meat aisle. Ooh, some nice sausages.
Can you tell that Lent is coming to a close? We are drooling over all this meat.
Picking it up.
Looking at all the candy.
They put chocolate in the Easter basket.
No. All right, so we got everything we came for. Now let's head home and put our Easter basket together. Okay, so that was a successful yet also very painful trip because it is still Lent and looking at all that food. Anyways, we're back and we are going to get started with putting together our basket. The first thing we're going to start with is the butter, or in Polish is masło. So this is our Polish butter here. So the butter is either shaped into a lamb or a cross. I like to always do a lamb. The butter is supposed to remind us of the goodwill of Christ that we should also have towards all things. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to sculpt this into a lamb. Apparently making a butter lamb under hot studio lights is not a good idea. I had a hard time working with the butter and I didn't have this problem last year, but my butter lamb is a little chunky this year, but that's okay. I think he's still cute. So this is our butter lamb and he is going to go into our basket. So this is actually my Easter basket from last year. I still have these bows on here. I left them on because I intend to use it this year again. And actually bows and sprigs of greenery is one of the things that you're supposed to adorn your basket with. The bows and the greenery are to symbolize new life and joy, and they're in celebration of the resurrection. So I actually just attached them on the handle here. Last year I had real daffodils in here. So this year I do have these really nice fake ones that I'm going to be using. But yeah, last year I did have some actual real daffodils from my garden. So I just worked those into the basket. And then we also have a linen cover. So this you can actually cover your basket with if you're bringing it to the church or waiting for the priest to come to your home. Traditionally, they would lay the linen cover over the basket to cover everything. I put the linen cover inside the basket. I know it's not tradition, but I like it just kind of laying outside of the basket. So then we have our babka, which is the Easter bread that we can eat on Easter morning. I actually found these at Alicia's, the store we were at, and I thought they were neat because it looks like a cross in the bun. So I bought 3 of these, and I'm going to put these inside my basket. So also goes in our basket is horseradish, or in Polish, chrzan. The horseradish is symbolic of Christ's passion, which should still be in our minds. And then for our meats, we have sausage. So I actually like to open mine up and put them in. I get breakfast sausages because we're having breakfast, so it just makes sense to me. The sausage is symbolic of God's favor and generosity. The ham, or tzintzka, is symbolic of great joy and abundance. So some actually don't do ham. They do like lamb or veal. You can do that as well if you don't want to do the ham. Either or is okay. So if you do lamb and veal, it's also symbolic of that the risen Christ is the Lamb of God. And then smoked bacon. Or slonia, which is a symbol of the overabundance of God's mercy and generosity. So that is our bacon, or slonia. And I like to take everything out of the packaging because remember, this is being blessed. So we want to make sure that the food is blessed and we don't want it in the packaging. And then we have cheese, and in Polish that is ser. The cheese is symbolic of the moderation that Christians should have at all times. Bought a couple different types of cheeses because we really like our cheese. Really hard putting together this basket right now. But this is going to taste so good on Easter morning. We have salt, or sol. This is a necessary element to our physical life. It's symbolic of prosperity and justice, and to remind us that all people are the flavor of the earth. And I usually just take my whole salt shaker and I just stick it in there because you can never have too much blessed salt. And then we have yaka, or eggs. The eggs indicate new life and Christ's resurrection from the tomb. We decorate them with symbols of Easter, life, and prosperity. So I like to just take markers and write on the eggs. So I hard boil my eggs so they don't break in the basket, and then I just decorate them up with some markers. And then the last thing that goes in our basket is a candle. So I just took the candle and I decorated it up with the nice saying, "He is risen," and the candle goes in the basket, and that symbolizes that Christ is the light of the world.
Here are a few photos from last year. These are all the baskets lined up before Father came out to bless them. Unfortunately, I don't have video footage of the ceremony, but I am blessed and happy that we have this new tradition at our parish. I would love to hear about other parish traditions, so feel free, if you have any Easter traditions or any other liturgical traditions, to leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. I would like to extend a thank you to Catholic Family Podcast for having me on to do this video, and I would like to wish you all a very blessed, holy week and a very happy Easter.